model for us, what they have in store for us, and why it's necessary for them to hold this very important job. So we're setting the agenda for them. We have joining us the presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Okudilunwa Anyajike. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on NewsHub. All right, if you can hear us, go ahead and let's know whether you can hear us clearly. Okudilunwa Anyajike, great to have you join us on NewsHub.
Nice to have you too. Nice to be with you. Thank you very much.
Excellent, and congratulations on your emergence as the flag bearer of your party. But
thank you very much.
So first and foremost, everyone who is wondering will be wondering why you seek the country's highest office. What stands you out from the other candidates in the other parties?
I think Nigeria is at a crossroad, and we're at a junction whereby every meaningful Nigerian that think he has something to offer to salvage this country should come out and bring out whatever you have to offer. And for that reason, I believe I can offer something. I believe I can save the country. I believe I can deliver Nigeria out of this mess of leadership, analog and octogenarian leadership, which Nigeria is engulfed into. So that's the reason why I came out to run for presidency, and I believe I have what it takes to lead Nigeria to the digital age.
Right. Well, when you say you want to lead Nigeria to a digital age, what's your definition of where we are right now as a nation and the need for us to move to that stage that you are looking forward to?
Today, the whole world, the world is a global system, is a global village. Every country on earth is branched into the digital age. But you can see the digital technology around us. Nigeria is still scratching to be part of it. I think it's high time Nigeria gets at least 40% of the digital technology that will enhance security, enhance economic growth, enhance good health and education system. All these things are based on the digital technology that we have at our disposal. So we cannot be relying on the old system whereby we cannot be able to achieve a milestone in agricultural production, in health sector, in security, which is the most important problem in Nigeria today. And under the digital technology, you understand that the security can be controlled by about 90%. The remaining 10% can be done by the security agencies, because it is the technology we have today that help the security agencies to achieve maximum results. So that is why we are coming at an angle that's okay. Let's try to put Nigeria on the mainstream of global digitalism.
All right, and so I'll take you up on that one. Since your pivot will be around digital education and then technology to be able to drive us into this realm you talk about. But currently, as we speak, there are 11 million Nigerian kids who are out of school, and it's the highest in the world. When you look at that number, you probably be thinking, how do you get the education first and foremost? Because digital technology will have to involve education first and foremost before you can even talk of applying it to improve lives of people in the country. How do you deal with this numbers of children who are out of school?
By the time my blueprint will be out, you see that under my watch, we have designed what we call all schools upgrade system. The all schools upgrade system is going to be a general system whereby both infrastructure and every other thing that comes to do with academics is going to be overhauled in Nigeria, thereby accommodating all these 11 million street students into the educational system. For example, we are going to incorporate the apprenticeship system as part of a diploma course that can be accepted, as well as to have the same category, the same recognition as somebody who has attended the four corners of the school. So somebody that did mechanic or bricklaying or electrical engineering on the streets or a painter on the should have the same qualification and recognition as the same person that goes to engineering school or secondary university education or polytechnic that came out with his maybe BSc or HND or OND. So we're going to generalize education that it should not be only on academics. Should be based on apprenticeship also is part of education. So we're going to incorporate this and make it part of Nigerian educational system, whereby most of those people you see on the streets, they might not have the education and the academic power or knowledge, but they have the skills, they have the knowledge to do something with their hands and with their brains. So we cannot let them be lying fallow, lying waste on the street because they didn't go to school. So we are trying to create a system whereby every school will have also the apprenticeship system as part of education, and we are going to make sure that yes, we have a lot of facilities and infrastructure and grants from overseas country to support our educational system, thereby accommodating everybody at an affordable rate or sometimes free.
All right. I'm looking at the statement issued by your national chairman of your party, Isaac Chukwueze, who, of course, pointed out, for instance, that whoever will be the presidential candidate of your party will be between ages 35 and 55. I want to imagine that you are within the threshold of that. And then he also mentioned the issue around education, which is what many Nigerians are very concerned about. ASU is still on strike, months in, months out, and we're looking forward to how to fix that. Now, if, for instance, you have the opportunity to even advise the government of the day, what are those immediate things that have to be done right now before you can even digitize fully, as you said, to straighten up and make sure that the educational system is top-notch?
I think the education budget should be reviewed. Our education budget is actually very, very low. Secondly, I think there should be a super monitoring system to monitor the expenses, the usage of any fund or facility granted to the educational system, because the problem we have today with ASU is not that the government has not been doing something. Of course, the government has been doing something, but the government is just releasing the money to them without actually monitoring or supervising the activities of where those funds are being used. I think if the government should release any money to ASU today, government should have a backup plan on how to supervise them, who is going to use the money, what they are using the money for, is it what it's meant for? Because it's not about releasing billions to some people. At the end of the day, you see that they use only hundreds of millions to do it, and the rest of the money goes in the wind. So the problem we have today is that the government should try to create a monitoring unit, a task force that is dedicated and honest, corrupt-free, that will supervise the usage of the funds released to educational system. And so the government also, like we have the universal basic education system, there's a lot of money inside there, but we don't see the benefit of those those monies being used. We have billions of naira every day being dispersed by UBEC. Where is the money going to? The primary schools in my village, when I went to primary school, the same building has been dirty today. I'm talking about almost like 45 years right now. So nothing has been done.
So I want to ask you a question, because you have to connect the dots to where the problems are. So if you talk about getting money into the system, I would want to ask you how you hope to get that money, because not just this government, the previous government did a needs assessment on the country's tertiary institutions, and it came out to 1.3 trillion naira. So I find it strange you say that money is given to the universities, when in the real sense of it, they've never been given more than 200 billion naira in over 10 years. So if you become president, how are you going to get the money when all the governments before this government have struggled to even find the money to provide for the universities and not for ASU? ASU has never been given money. The money goes into the university systems. How do you hope to solve the problem and not end up in the same lodge that you found other governments in?
Under my watch, first of all, we have donor agencies, we have grants, we have funds that come from overseas, which other countries are using. Go to something like Indonesia. Bangladesh used to be one of the most poorest countries in the world, but they have the most organized, synchronized, and balanced educational system in the world. But these are poor countries. They depend on donor agencies. They depend on donor funds. We have a system of funding which we are going to bring into Nigeria, which is similar to what we use what is in Indonesia, in Asia, in Cambodia. All these third world countries are benefiting from it, and I don't see why Nigeria should not benefit from it. Then, when the funds are in, we are going to make sure that the funds are utilized on what it's meant for. Okay, if ASU has been, if the education system has gotten more about 200 billion, 200 billion is not a small amount of money. If Nigerian education system has invested 200 billion, you and I will be seeing the impact on our school system today. But the problem is that maybe out of that 200 billion that you're talking on paper, maybe about 10 billion is what have been used nationwide, or 20 billion. From the government office, like the PAMSEC, the ministers, the MDAs, all in the educational system, everybody want to get a chunk. By the time you know it, when we reach the school system, it's going to be a peanuts. The problem we have in Nigeria is not about the money. We have the money. The problem I have in Nigeria is the distribution of the money. It goes from one hand to another. At each junction, somebody takes some chunk out of it. By the time the money reaches the final destination, is nothing. So under my watch, we're going to raise funding from overseas. We're going to raise funding that is not loan. I don't say we're going to borrow money. We're not going to borrow money. I think under my government, I will encourage borrowing money. No. We're going to get funds from overseas donors that have funds that want to support third world countries. But they're only scared because they don't know if by the time they give the money, if the money is going to be used on what it is meant for. So we're going to make sure we attract those people. We're already in discussion with them. We attract those people to come, and they can also help to supervise the dispersion of the money so that the money will be used in where it is meant for.
All right, many Nigerians aren't happy that we go cap in hand asking for money from international donors. So they are mostly looking forward to how we can generate money, resources from within our country. And so they would wonder if what we have to depend on if you become the president is international donations or our ability to be able to produce and be able to make money and generate revenue from within the country to fund not only education but other aspects of our economy. How do you intend to go about this if we don't have to rely on international donations?
First of all, there is no country on earth, including USA, that does not depend on donor fund. And you cannot survive on earth with your own resources alone. Of course, we're not going to be borrowing money, like I said, but we're going to encourage donors agencies to come and help us a little bit, but that's not going to be our total dependence. We're going to have to create revenues. We have under our system what we call the Government People Investment Partnership. It is whereby the government and the people are going to partner together to create wealth, to create jobs, businesses, where the government is going to earn profit from those businesses as investors. Also, those businesses are going to generate employment and also increase the IGR of the state or the country. So we're going to generate more revenues from other sectors like the employment sector, which is the biggest sector in Nigeria today. An employment sector in Nigeria can give us up to 2 trillion naira every month under the Government People Investment Partnership. Because everybody in Nigeria will be part of the economy. You're either generating or benefiting. And even if as you're benefiting, you're also giving back something to the states. So we're not going to depend on international funds to run our country. No. Nigeria is rich enough to generate revenue from different sectors in the country. Not solid mineral sectors, in the tax, the revenue sectors. We have a lot of things in Nigeria that can increase our IGR up to 24 trillion per annum, and thereby reduce our dependence on donor agencies. But there is nobody that will put money in his mouth that will spit it out. If we get donor agencies that come and help us, are we going to say no? If they come without any any encumbrance on our economy, of course we'll accept them. But the one that will come with some hidden agendas, we'll say no to it. We don't want our people to be in bondage of borrowing or seeking help from outside. We are not beggars, and Nigeria will never be beggars. So under my watch, I will make sure that Nigeria stands tall among the League of Nations that actually donate to other countries. Even though we donate to other countries, if we see opportunity to get from other countries too, we will get.
All right, I sincerely want to buy into your optimism and find out that if we can find these donors who will give for free, gratis, and for nothing, us monies to run our economies, the donor agencies, we hope that you can reveal in future the names of these donor agencies, and we can also benefit from them. But I'm not too sure if donor agencies can help you if you become a president of this country in solving the power situation, because it requires a lot of money to fix the different areas, the different sectors of the country's power chain. What do you think can happen to the country's power sector if you happen to be this country's president?
In my blueprint, the first thing I'm going to tackle is the power sector. Somebody was asking me, what about security? What about employment? No. Everything in Nigeria, nothing on earth works without energy. So within the first, I mentioned in one of my campaign is that within the first 2 years in power, within the first 1 year in power, there will be massive improvements in electricity generation. Secondly, within the first 2 years, Nigeria must have attained at least 15,000 megawatt of electricity for domestic consumption. Because if we have 15,000 megawatt today in Nigeria, I don't think we'll have shortage of light even for 1 minute. We're going to assure that, yes, we're going to have a collective accumulation of electricity from solar, from wind, from hydro. We're going to biofuels, we're going to generate all of them together to increase our generation output of electricity. The problem we have in Nigeria also today is not about only generation. We have transmission, we have distribution problems. That's why under our blueprint, we're going to rebrand Nigeria electrical system, Nigerian energy system. We're going to rebrand Nigeria, we're going to rewire Nigeria. We're going to do away with all these electric poles and wires left and right everywhere. I mean, it's time for us to go conduits and make Nigeria to be totally conduits. And we're going to start it within the first 3 months in power. Nigeria will start conduit rebranding of Nigeria electrical, so that there won't be any reason why thunderstorm will strike and cut some wire, why trailer will pass and cut some electric pole down and push it, or any other thing. No. We are totally safe. Thereby, you enhance distribution and transmission of electricity without any obstacles. And we have a lot of package that will help us generate maximum 35,000 megawatts of electricity. Under my watch, every local government in Nigeria will be a power generation local government. That will generate revenue for the local government, and those local governments will consume whatever they produce. And the excess of what they produce will be sent out to the national grid for distribution to any local government that does not have, or for industrial consumption. So under my watch, electricity is going to be the first important thing that we're going to tackle. When you tackle electricity, you create employment, you create jobs, you tackle security. If you have a full electricity in Nigeria, we have security control to about 60%.
I'm so happy that you landed on security, because all of your dreams, aspirations to change the country the way your dreams are taking you would be so cumbersome if the security situation is not put under control. What's your view of the present security situation in the country, and what are your plans to fix it if you see any problems as we speak?
By the time I'm elected to be the president of Nigeria, by the grace of God, by Nigerians, I believe that insecurity will be a thing of past. First of all, like I said, we're going to tackle the power sector, which is the most important thing in everything we're going to do. By the time we're doing power sector, we're entering digitalism. That digitalism is going to be part of the security plans we have for Nigeria. Because the police, the army, the navy, the air force, civil defense, the vigilante groups, all these guys are using manual security outfit. It's either they have their gun or have the grenade in their hand. But we need to have time to employ drones at every point in time. We need to have surveillance everywhere, digital surveillance that is not by CCTV cameras. No, we can actually monitor Nigerian security system from the satellites and know where and where things are happening, and immediately deploy the security forces to go there and do their job. But if the police do not have information on where things are happening, on the environment of how the things are happening, they don't know how to enter into it. But when they see a clear picture of, oh, there's an armed robbery somewhere there, and there are 4 in numbers, they know that somebody's here, somebody's here, they know how to deploy their tactics and enter and grab those people. So when we have digitalism working under our, when electricity is there, we have digitalism working, because digitalism will not work if there's no energy. By the time we have energy, digitalism will be working. We synchronize, rebrand our police as security outfits. The police will be totally rebranded. The police don't have anything to work with. Their salary is million salary, mega salary. We have to encourage them, give them social benefits that will encourage them that even if they die on duty, their family will not suffer. So we have to rebrand the Nigerian police system, employ more police, more personnel into the police system, because we lack personnel in the police system. Employ more people into the police system, give them good benefit, because why young guys are not entering into police? Because there's no juicy benefits on the from their salary. We are going to encourage those things, rebrand them, re-equip them, synchronize them, streamline them to work hand in hand with everybody in every part of Nigeria, so that you feel that yes, you are secured. By the time the police are doing their work, the army are doing their work, all the other forces are doing their work, criminals will know that yes, things have changed. And those who are not born criminals will start looking for elsewhere to make money. And those born criminals, the security forces will nab them. Nigeria will be free.
You be the eternal optimist on your plans. I'm sure that a lot of people can buy into what you're saying. But I guess as a politician, you're also a realist when you think about seriously the chances of your party. Your party has no candidates vying for the National Assembly, to the extent they can influence your decisions in National Assembly, no governors to even make things happen at the state while you were president. So the question has been asked of many of the other parties, including your party, if you're seeking to form a coalition or a power-sharing deal, with the other parties, and if such talks are going on.
Talking about forming a coalition, well, it's able to gather together and form a coalition. But the problem is that, are they having the same ideology like you do? Our party has a unique ideology. If you read our party manifesto, our ideology is to make Nigeria governable, habitable, and livable. And we want to attract these things through the youth and through the women. We don't want to have a system whereby we're going to enter a coalition with people that are old political brought-ups, who are part of this problem, who does not understand the ideas of where we are coming from. Of course, we can form a merger or a political coalition with any party that come along, if they're going to play along with our own ideology and balance their own ideology. We're going to streamline both ideologies and see if there's a way we can reach a working point, and both of us will work together. But on the other hand, we have what it takes to win the election. Don't think that we are not, we don't have national, we have candidates in all the national assembly, all the House State Assembly, House of Reps, Senate. We have governors in place. Like in River State, we have one of the Jack Rich families who's running for governor in River State. We have in Abia State. We have in the North. So don't think that we are not, we are covered. But let the campaign start, let the election start. We don't make noise. All
right. Well, we will be asking questions that I'm sure an average Nigerian will want to put across to you so that we can understand where your party is coming from and where your personality would also come through in days, weeks, and months to come. Let's take a look generally at the Nigerian youth. Where are they? If somebody asks you right now, what place do the Nigerian youth occupy in scheme of things in the country, what would you be saying? And what are your plans for them?
Nigerian youth is nowhere to be found in the scheme of things in Nigeria. There is no Nigerian youth in the political system today. That is why National Rescue Movement has come. You see, we have a logo that is a B sign. The B is the troops of B. The bees are going in one direction, and if you are an obstacle on their way, they will eat you up, they'll sting you, and they'll continue their way. A bee can go and sting something or get something and come back and join the flock of other bees. Now, Nigerian youth are nowhere to be found in PDP, in APC, in Labour Party. You don't see Nigerian youth. It is only National Rescue Movement that have opened its hands. And like my party chairman said, we don't believe in zoning east, west, or north. No, we believe in zoning to the community of the Nigerian youths and the women who have been marginalized, who don't have any place or any say in the Nigerian political system. And it is only then that if the Nigerian youth see somebody like me, of course I'm not too old and I'm not too young, I am just a perfect image of the Nigerian youth. Nigerians see me and they know that yes, this is the guy that can represent us. First of all, I'm fresh, in political staining. I have not been staining in any political dispensation. I don't have any political post. I am not for any political body. And I am a businessman who understand that life can be made from nothing. Many of you today are wallowing in hunger, in starvation, in lack of employment, everything, because nobody to push them. But I want to tell them one thing: don't give up, because Nigerian youth, you can actually make something out of nothing. If I'm standing here today talking and not president, it's because I believe that yes, I can do something when there is nothing happening. So me, as anything you want, as you want a hero, you want an image, a capacity builder among the youth, I'm that person. And I can tell you that yes, with the combination of all the Nigerians, youths and women all over the nation, we can achieve our dream and place ourselves in the mainstream of Nigerian political schemes, like you said.
Maybe what you just said now, many people would query that you've never had any experience in politics, that being a successful businessman shows that you can make things happen. But going to politics is a totally different game. How do you intend to cope with the politics and the intrigues that will come with it in running a country if you have to get into the position? Can you do this in a minute?
This is politics. Politics is just simply a way of life. We're making it to be something big. Of course, I don't have any experience in politics, but I have experience in creating wealth. I have experience in making sure that the price of things are controlled. I have experience to know that yes, this guy is not doing well, he needs to be changed. I have experience to know that yes, it's not good to steal government money and use it for your pockets. I have experience that yes, you can use government money and achieve max. I mean, it's not about having political knowledge. Those that have political knowledge have disappointed us. And you cannot give what you don't have. Those people that are trying to rule us from all the ages till now, they have been there recycling themselves. Not a recycling political system anymore. Let the young people have a new change, and they have the opportunity to display what they learn in school, what their experience is. Nigerian economy can grow without these old people then. We don't need these old people then. We need a young blood. Is it Kitobi? Is it Atiku? Is it Tinubu? They are all part of the political system that put us in this quagmire today. Kitobi has been member of PDP for more than 12 years. What did he achieve in Anambra State? The old Anambra State, when Kitobi was the governor, he didn't do much. Tinubu, you know that yes, he has done well a little bit, but he's an old political engineer. Atiku is the same thing. We need somebody who doesn't know how to steal. Somebody who is not corrupt. Somebody who doesn't know how to be scared of walking on the street alone because he has somebody that is planning to kill him. Nobody will plan to kill him because I have not planned to kill anybody. I walk on the street of Nigeria anytime I want, even as a president. I will go and buy things. I will go to ShopRite and watch film if I have the opportunity. Because right now, Nigeria need a simple political class. We need a leader, not a ruler. We need a leader that have business-minded, the business mindset, not a politician that want to live like a buga. No. What we need is a Nigerian who is like me and like them. And I'm not Nigerian. Because if you look at me, I look like them. If you look at my hairstyle, like any other Nigerian youth hairstyle in the streets. Don't know we're stupid. I don't smoke weed. Because it's not about the hairstyle, it's not about the kind of clothes you wear, it's about what you have to offer.
All right, I think the youth are really going to key to this because I saw you bugaing just a while, and I mean that's a very interesting way to really set this sessions today. All right, Okudilimwa Ayajike, if I don't get your name correctly, don't you worry, we keep learning every day. We want to thank you so much.
Mazi, you don't call your name without mentioning the Mazi. Mazi Okudele Mwanyajike.
Mazi, thank you so much for being part of the program. All right, he is the presidential candidate of National Rescue Movement, NRM, and we want to thank you for your time and thought on the program today. All right, so we'll switch gears in just a moment. We promise you that we'll bring all the presidential candidates across party lines on the program so that you can hear what they have for us as a people. Then you can make up your mind where you want your vote to go. That's done with. We still hope to bring him back before the elections would come. Let's take this very short break. When we come back, we're taking this trip to Abuja and Port Harcourt to stay with us.